Yeah. I like changing scenes. Right, so we done a normal run of Void Bastards. We managed to finish it. It took us about what 7.5 hours, I guess, in total. Um, we proper beeline for the final part towards the end. So perhaps we could have taken our time a little bit more, but you have to find that balance between finding parts or um, trying to get to your destination and skipping past the places that could kill you and stuff like that. And we made it through. And I've got to be honest, this game is pretty great. I really enjoy it. I only wish good things for this game. It does have its criticisms from me, 100%, but it's one of the funnest roguelites I've played in a while. Um, it really does completely ride on its presentation. It's like no other. It's one of the most interesting looking games I've ever played, hands down. This is only for me personally. I think it's incredibly looking. They've absolutely nailed the comic book look from everything, from the UI to even the main menu screen. I was going to show you, but I realised I haven't got the game up on this scene, so that would be very stupid. But even the main menu is like the front cover of a comic book. Um, all the cutscenes are done in panels and stuff like that, but it's the actual gameplay and the cel shaded ships and the enemies and the way they're sort of like stop motion as well. It's just really cool. It's great. Um, the like the main gameplay loop of like actually going to a ship, seeking out a part you need to upgrade your weapons, and then moving on. It is pretty fun, but it can get a little bit tiresome. I quite like the upgrade system of the workbench, and then like being able to upgrade with parts and stuff like that. Anyone else arachnophobic? What, even the mention of a spider is enough to tip some people over? Oh man, I haven't got it that bad. I'm not really fond of spiders, but yeah, I can find it did get a little bit repetitive towards the end. I've got to say, um, but like the workbench system of upgrading was really cool, and there was tons of upgrades. We didn't even get to the end of it, so I don't know how OP or powerful you can eventually get. I think what it really lacks in, which could really sort of hold it back, is what's the word I'm looking for? Variation. So the enemies. Let me think how many types there were. So there's the janitors, the tourists, the ones that explode, the scribes, the spooks, the screws, um, and the execs. I might be missing one or two. And then you got the robots as well. And that's about six. If you add robots, maybe 7 or 8. That's not, seeing as you go to like at least maybe 30 locations in that first run, probably even more, up to 40 or 50. Seeing them same enemies and also the same ship layouts as well did start to get a little bit boring. I was going through the motions just running through. Um, so I think that needs more variation there. I'm trying to think what else. I'll, maybe this is just me, but I didn't use quite a lot of the gadgets that were available. That could just be me concentrating on being stubborn, finding out what worked for me, and reluctant to try anything else. Like the kitty bot seemed to be something that they kept pushing at the forefront, but I didn't really like it when I used it. But there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, the shotgun was really good, and I mean that rocket launch at the end was actually amazing. But it seems that we just couldn't deal with the pirates. But I love the character skills and like the randomization of the characters and stuff like that. And I do think this game will be amazing as long as they keep updating it. As long as it stays fresh with new locations and new enemies and new ship layouts, new weapons, maybe even like a branching storyline. Because obviously I haven't played the other endings on the game modes, on the difficulties. But the ending you get is quite final. You get turned into a packet of crisps and that's you done. So I think there's tons of room to explore. And I really think that if they nurture this game right, it'll become like a bit of a staple of the roguelike genre. You'll see someone always constantly streaming it. It might be similar to your Isaacs or your Gungeon. But yeah, I'm really happy we played it. I had a lot of fun. Really good. And I'm excited to maybe come back to it in a few months.